Hi, Chris here. Thanks for stopping by my channel, All Time Jack.
Today we're going to build this cool little bevel grinding jig you see there on top of that pre-1900 Peter Wright anvil that my brother brought up. I want to make a very simple jig, mainly for the blade bevel, something cheap and easy to get a good grind line and plunge line and a perfect bevel. And that's what will be in this video. No knife edge or sharpening on this one, just the blade bevel. Let's get started. I don't get to see my little brother much, or I should say my younger brother. He's about a half a foot taller than me, but he's up here this weekend and we don't get to hang out but about once a year, maybe twice a year if we're lucky. And when we do get to hang out, we're usually not able to do this, so we're gonna have some fun with it. If you've seen any of my other videos, you know I'm always using leftover shipping brackets from machine and equipment installs that I do. This video is no different. I'm gonna get my hands dirty real quick. There we go. Now I've got some good steel for several projects ready to go. Thank you, Larry. So we picked out a couple of the flattest pieces that we need, and we're gonna cut them down the sides here on the horizontal bandsaw. If you don't have one of these, man, get you one. They're awesome. A lot of people build these out of angle iron. I wanted to build one though that's got a little edge on the back side where your knife can sit on there and not have to drill through holes for bolts or something to hold it. See what it does. See how it turned out. Match it up. See how well it matched up.
I wasn't following you. I didn't see it. It's the same color today. What are you talking about matching it up?
Good, huh? Perfect. All right, let's go eat. Go like this.
Well, I mean, plus,
Yeah.
plus.
Man, it's perfect. So I did get to see my little brother twice this year. This was a few months earlier at Fort Belknap here in North Texas, and he let me fire the cannon a couple of times. Pretty cool. I'm in my 50s and he's in his 40s. Like I said, we only get to see each other once or twice a year at most, so we try to make it count. He's helped me out on some of my other projects too. So here's why I really got him here, because he's just a much better welder than me. He welds bushings into wellheads that test up to 20-25K, and he understands the metal a lot better than I do, and I need this to be perfect, because if it pulls or warps just the tiniest bit, when you flip your knife around to do the other side, your grind line and plunge line might be off. When it cools, it pulls. And simple as it is, I'm sure I could find a way to screw it up. Like I said, he's helped me out before on my drill press restoration video and grinder stand. He's always bringing me stuff I need, like that Peterbilt drum and some pipe and a piece of railroad track you'll see here in a minute. And look at here, very happy with that. Just perfect, man. This is a piece of UHMF that I had left over from a job in Dallas. I just need to shave one side of it there, and I'm going to put this on the bottom so it'll glide back and forth nice and smooth. So now we'll get some holes marked in this low friction wear strip on the bottom plate as well. And we're doing this on top of that T-rail or CWR. It was cut out of a section of track over by my grandma's house, and we were able to procure a small piece with the permission of the foreman. Or maybe it was two small pieces and he gave me one of them. Now I'll drill and tap some holes where we can attach this low friction wear strip. For some reason I'm using my hand drill where I'm standing right next to two big drill presses, but oh well. Drill and tap, little anchor lube, rinse and repeat for the other side. I'm using 1/4-20s and I think a number 7 drill bit with a 1/4-20 tap. Be sure and check out some of my other videos at All Time Jack. And if you like this sort of thing, slap that like and subscribe button. So this is going to be the bottom. It'll be gliding back and forth. So you want to make sure your bolts that you put in to secure this are countersunk. And there's a channel routed through this, so I just had to kind of countersink them down a little bit where I could fit a washer on there. And I use these button head Allens, and it worked great. You can use whatever you want. I just happen to have a whole box of these. So now let's take a look at the brass. These are going to be our adjusters to get the grind angle we want, and that's how they're going to go right there. But we're going to have to make one in the middle and just use one for now, because the deck on my grinder is not very wide. And I'm going to make a wider one But for now, I'm gonna go ahead and put all 3 holes in it, but we'll just be able to use the middle one, because if you use the outer ones, that deck is so small, it'll go over the sides, and we don't want that. And you'll see some more on that here shortly. And now I'll center punch some holes for the brass adjusters. And we'll do the same thing. Drill and tap some 1/4 holes, nice and straight. Sooner or later, I'm gonna realize I'm standing next to a drill press. Clean it out, blow it out. Insert the brass. Rinse and repeat for the other side. Clean it out, blow it out. Put the brass in. Don't forget to put the wing nut on. There we go. Now we just about got us a grinding jig. So that's a setup with 2 adjusters, but we got to get it set up for 1 adjuster now until we get a bigger deck on there. And looky there, I finally remembered I have a drill press. So we'll just take a quick second, get it set up for 1 adjuster, get it back over here on the bench. Same thing all over again, and then we'll be just about ready to try it out. So we'll clamp it a little bit different here in a minute, but that's basically it. You got some adjustment there. You can set an insert in there to get it level if you don't have a flat spine. And here, just kind of accidentally, I was almost dead on with the angle I wanted. Just had to adjust it a little bitty bit. And that angle gauge works pretty good, by the way, if you have your machine set up correctly, square and level. So here we are. You can put die chem or whatever. I'm just using a marker, and then I'll take the width of the blade, divide it in half, and then I'll pull it just a little bit short. Then I'll score it on one side and then flip it over and score it on the other side too. And that'll give you a little space in the middle to shoot for and a little margin for error as well. Here we go. Although it's really not set up, I just got the length and I put some 36 grit on there. Just want to see what it'll do. Dunk it in some water, go after it again, and I'm finding I'm paying more attention to not going over the edge than I am trying to grind a straight line because of the undersized grinding platform. But if you look right here, this is normally where I would stop on this grind, maybe a little bit more, but we're gonna go ahead and grind it on up on this one so we can really see it. But I'm gonna have to make some adjustments here. It's Saturday, so Metal Supermarket's closed. This is the biggest piece of steel I could find that's flat enough, and so I'm just gonna clamp it on and see what happens. For the purpose of the video, I spaced the knife up and clamped it so you can see it better. So if you feel like you need to have it high like that when you're grinding it, you can do it. You'll just lose a little time when you flip the knife around because you got to get your spacer in the right place. So you don't need all of the spacers that are on there. I just didn't pull them out. You'll need the ones under the blade spine, and then you can just lift the butt end up and clamp it where you need it. Those are magnets, and yes, they do work great. I was skeptical, but the metal dust, it just sticks to one of the magnets and you can just wipe it right off with a paper towel into your bucket. It's a non-issue. This knife has, I guess you'd call it a guard on it, so it won't lay flat on that edge. So you would have to use some sort of a spacer or get it right where you want it for your plunge line and clamp it. So we're gonna start off here with 36 grit. There you can see me just flick that metal dust off the magnets. Please like and subscribe and comment if you like that sort of stuff. Starting to look pretty cool there. Kind of looking like a knife. So I got to dunk it in the water, cool it off, and then flip it around to the other side. Even with the spacing like that, it took me just about 45 seconds. Most of the knives I'm grinding though are bigger than this, so they stick up high enough anyway, so I really don't have to worry about that. I can flip it around and go back to grinding in about 10 seconds. And you can do the same with this smaller knife too. It just sits down lower. The more you do it, the more comfortable you'll get with it. You want to stay as steady as you can and don't overheat the knife. And when you get down to the plunge line side, you want to make sure you're stopping in the exact same place to get a good crisp line. Gonna move up to 80 grit now from the 36. Looking pretty good. There's a couple of factors that determine what angle you grind at. Different knives and thicknesses require different angles. You can Google formulas. And now we're gonna move up to 120. This thing ain't gonna automatically make you a master knife maker or nothing. You still gotta pay attention to what you're doing and figure it out. But it sure does work good when you do get it down. And I think I got about 30 bucks into this. And now instead of moving up, I'm just gonna put the Scotch-Brite belt on. I just want to see what it does. It's a surface conditioning belt. All these belts are from Maverick Abrasives. I'll put a link in the description below. And that's really looking cool. I like it. Hit the other side real quick. Take it off and take a look at it. So this thing's worked out great. There's endless possibilities with this thing too. You could modify it 100 different ways, do 100 different things. I've just wanted to keep it real simple and real easy, and I think this is going to work really well. And right here, I'm just kind of showing you, this is how I normally would grind this kind of knife. Just with one little spacer in there, and set the plunge line at the angle I wanted it. Clamp it, go to town on it. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and use this crotch figured walnut when I get ready to do the handle. I think that'll make a nice set of scales. Make a nice handle for it. Be sure and like and subscribe if you like this sort of thing. Thanks for watching. See you next time.